Alright, hello guys, welcome. Hello PDB, hello everyone. Alright, let me catch up my breath. What was our last time? I believe we are going into a new case, third case, in fact. So hopefully I don't have to defend myself again. Because the last two cases I am defending myself. One in the court system. And the other one, it was on the boat. We're gonna continue. Yes. So there's definitely an investigation part here. So episode 3, the adventure of the runaway room. Okay, so it's not someone that ran away, it's a room.
Over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter.
Okay.
A murder in a carriage, as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Inside a carriage?
However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end.
Where are we now?
A horrendous
Are we in the Great
manner.
Britain now? Sure.
My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Okay. Oh, cutscenes.
Amazing. Is this really just
Platform number 7, and what are we, Harry Potter?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives.
We are indeed in
Is
Great Britain
incredible.
right now. Okay, we did cross the ocean. London King. Kinda nice, I guess. Would be very different from Japan. Much dirtier.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Not paying anything? I think we're gonna have to pay.
And welcome to the centre of the world. Great Britain's mighty
Center
capital,
of the
London.
world. What kind of court system is that? There's a library in the back. Okay. This is... and this like cogwheels. What is this? I feel like whenever you go to a big place, like new place, you always have that kind of feeling. Like, wow! And then after that you get used to it and like, oh. It's suffocating, that's because of the smog by the day, I would say. But I mean, I don't know what exact time that is set in. Before, in the Second World War, after Second World War, definitely, maybe before that. I have to look it up. Now that I think about it, steamship back in the day. Wood and paper. Oh, Japan does have that kind of thing to it. This is the Supreme Court. Great Britain. Ignorant fool. Let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. We are here in a different capacity as envoy to report the news of Kazuma's dead. I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the student tour. The requisite qualification as a lawyer, which is what we've been studying for. I mean, I would say it's gonna look the same as the previous judge as well. They always look the same. Oh, none look the same. Who are you? I'm too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. That's a lot. Never happier that we are standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So introduction, I am May Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of British Empire. Okay, so he's not the judge. Don't be a mouse though. It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice from the Empire of Japan. Welcome to London. You're gonna give me a hug. Why does he look so imposing? Almost like a little evil from the eyes, like, you know, the eyebrows raise, you know, really, you know, pinch. What is this? Very imposing. Nerve-wracking person. Examine you? Armor! Nice armor! Maybe they were like the lion dog we have in guarding shrine, I don't know. Suits of armor like these are always possessed by evils. What? Is that true? Do we have some Europeans out there? Are they always possessed by evil spirit? I mean, there are some legends, but most of them? Really? What's this? Handle? Oh, the bookshelf. This is like a dream. Oh, she's a book. Okay. And books about judicial system of all the Western nation, France, Germany, Spain, Holland, Russia. Wardrobe in Russian? No, I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Yes, I think so too. It's made of marble, wow. Why? Bricks and stone here, wow. It's a giant clock. Wait, is this inside a big fan or something? I mean, boy, is a way of saying it's like nails in general. I don't think I have anything here. Anything I can explore any more than I already did? But this columns. London. What are your impressions about Capital so far? I mean, truth to be told, I mean, me personally, eh. Well, wonderful view of some London street carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and big! I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, pipe water, and gas, even cable supplying electricity. Electricity? What year was electricity invented? I must search this. My own curiosity. Oh wow, all the way back in the 1880 something. Impressive. Impressive. Way back when, we spearhead every revolution and renew technology in the world. Every visitor to London is down there. Wow, hello Josh. So they had electricity back in the 1880s. Okay. I see you. I see you. Upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Oh, so we have something, the Paris World Fair. So it's right after Paris World Fair, which is in what, 1902 or 18 something. I need to know. Excuse me, not now. 1889. The Great Exhibition. It's the 19th century, so... Wait, what? Victoria. (1862). And what is the... That cannot be. So, Exposition Universelle. 1889. What are the years of warfare? (1889). Exhibition in London. So that way I have an exact years, right? 1851. 1962. That could be. $1891. I think it's set in 1891. Interesting. So 1891 we're talking about. So we have an exact years. So this game is set in the 1880s. It's much earlier than what I first thought was gonna be because of the steamboat. But I was less astray. Apparently it was even earlier. So it was even before the World War I. Okay. London is the center of the modern world. I wasn't thinking that it was gonna be that early, but apparently it is. Godzilla. In the 1880s, 1800. Well, it's most likely gonna be in the 19 because we're talking about 1891. So at the end of the 19th centuries. It was supposedly, well, yes. First of all, now we are in England. Before it was in Japan. So we were talking about the two previous chapters, which we did on previous stream. It was, you know, a very feudal Japan, and they started the judicial system over there. So they first implemented the judging system, but they were talking about, you know, they were trying to, you know, catch up to the world, in fact comparing themselves to London itself. And the judicial system definitely dated even way before that, in the Middle Age. There were already some, you know, feudal lord that was kind of acting like a judge and whatnot. But the exact time, I'm not sure. I believe, but it was definitely before that. So they were a little bit more advanced compared to the eastern part of the world. Well, eastern part. That's not true, because in China we already had it before that too. So yes, but apparently Japan, I'm not well versed in the history, true history of the things, but I'm quite sure that before, in the 18, there were judges already. They were just not called judges, I believe. Oh man, fine, let me Google. I have a question, I Google. Always learn. If you have questions, try to find answers. In the 12th, magistrated court hard back in the Anglo-Saxon moot court and the manorial court, but the official birth came in 1285, so it's like a couple of hundred years even before that. So 1200, we're talking about the 13th centuries. So yes, even back in the Middle Age, there was some form of judicial system. That's a while ago, that's what I'm telling you. It's way back. Yes, they were judges. What is it, Tiger? What do you want, Tiger? Are you a good boy? Expecting a student of law for the student study tour, what do you do? He died. And Mr. Kazuma Asogi. That's right, he died. Who retort on the situation? I understand the young man lost his life, but also he already understood everything. Before we even arrived. I mean, telegram. Tick, 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 tick. What? You honor this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We're the envoy. We report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. It is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. I'd like to make a proposal. Pick me! Pick me! Continuing tour. I'm a lawyer, even though I only study for 1 month. How is this even gonna work? Like, imagine in modern time, like I've only studied for 1 month, and I only studied from books and stuff because there were no teacher on the boat. And I'm gonna substitute, you know, Asogi, which has been for God know how long he studied law. I'm gonna be the lawyer. Even though I must say, you know, in the system itself, in the game itself, the lore of the game itself, you know, people like, you know, Ryunosuke here always have like an innate ability to be a lawyer, so they are naturally good at being a lawyer. No, Mr. Understand, really well, I'd really like to see the tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. But I am a lawyer in that case. What if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Me! Is there something I don't know? What is with them? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country, and that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Someone with a PS5 so you can get one? I mean, it can go both ways. If you sue without any reason, you might get, you know, punitive damage. You know? Because that person can counter sue you. I'm just gonna see to find the right word to say this to the man. That would suck. I mean, if you're gonna just sue, you know, if people can just sue for the sake of suing without any consequences, then people are just gonna, well, I might as well try. I'm gonna sue you if I, you know, I lie about it. So be it. No consequences. I mean, you can go to jail for lying about stuff, right? If you do perjury in court. It's me! I mean, go ahead, still do it, Joshi. What is it, tiger? Get that? You will go ahead and learn all about British law and court proceeding while I was on board the SS Bermuda. Some 50 days of live, not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, but you almost complete several years of training. It's far too short of a period of time, but I can just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Akugi's study has just only begun. Coming here on this study was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do! Yay! I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would like to do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me, just one chance. That's all I'm asking for! Please! I mean, why would anyone just, you know, 31 seconds? Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that will stand you in good stead as a lawyer. So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm not all for entertainment. You say you're entitled to do everything. I mean, there is something that Asogi is going to do at, you know, Great Britain that we are not aware of. When we mentioned it earlier, before he died on the boat, he said, there are things that I need to do in Great Britain, and then suddenly his face changed, like from a very smiling face all the way to a very gloomy, and then shit's gonna happen, but he never mentioned whatsoever what he's gonna do in Great Britain. Am I imagining things, or did his expressions alter a fraction? He did. Everyone did, so what is he supposed to do? I have no idea. But he's gonna do some shit, and we're gonna hear about it eventually. Very soon, I don't know. I don't know how many chapters, how many did I see? 5 or 4? You have your wish, I'll give you a chance. Test to become a specifically certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Test. What form will the test take exactly? Tell me, mister, and what do you consider the role of the lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. Let's have you defend someone. That's my test? There's an app trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet. This will become welcome news, oh shit! So today I'm just gonna straight away, bam, I'm gonna be a lawyer. Let's go, let's defend someone. Yo, imagine the shitty situation when you have absolutely no lawyers to defend you. And laws back then probably would not be the same as now, but I would guess that some part of the world it's still this way. Like, if you're on the defense, you don't have any adequate defense, that's on you. Like, on you. Whereas, Canadian law usually, and I'm pretty sure pretty much, a lot of country, they make sure that you will at least have a somewhat of a fair, trial, especially for, big things like murders and all those kind of things. So if you don't have the means of getting a lawyer, they will assign you, a lawyer with legal aids and all those kind of things. That's true for Canada, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure for the state as well as some other place, other countries. But I'm not sure whether it's in all countries. That's some other story. Well, I'm actually pretty sure that there's some other country where, where dictators are in, you won't be, guarantee a fair trial. But my case in point is that, imagine in the situation where you don't have any, lawyer assigned, and you don't have the means of getting a lawyer. You have to defend yourself for yourself when you kill someone and stuff. That would be a shitty situation to be in. And you have absolutely no idea what you're going into, and you don't even know how to defend yourself. Court etiquette and all those kind of things. So. But now this person, barely having anyone on the defense, suddenly some lawyer out of nowhere who has barely very very minimal experience with everything, like, oh, I'm gonna defend you. See? They're pretty much guilty and not innocent. I mean, case in point, like, we're not even talking about whether he did or not did. I mean, you can be even guilty if you don't know how to defend yourself. Like, if you start, trashing on the judge itself, probably you're gonna be sentenced. But, not with the way you did, like, court etiquette and stuff. Even if you have, proof. Okay, let's give you, for example, if you have proofs to prove you're innocent and stuff, but you did not submit it because you don't know how to submit it and stuff. Those kind of proofs that you have in your hands cannot be, submitted on the court. So you lose the proofs that you have for proving you're innocent. And there are other stuff like that, you just have to do it. Like, of course, if you did something, generally speaking, you're gonna be sentenced and be guilty, charged of guilty, but we're talking even before that. What are you doing? Oh! 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 Why are you sneezing on me, you gross? Tiger, you gross! You sneeze all on me, on my arms! Tiger! Oh, gross! Ow! You're sneezing all on me! Why? You're so gross! What? You were the one who sneezed on me! No! What? Oh, sneeze and you sneeze. It's a murder trial. Of course it's gonna be a murder trial. But can I have the proof? Can I see the proof? Generally speaking, I'm gonna have to see the proof beforehand and not be introduced in the court. Which is generally what this game is all about. It's like, you know, proof is appearing all left and right. There are rules for that. But, I mean, generally speaking, all the proofs are beforehand and not during the court. And even when if you have found, you know, relevance towards certain things, they're gonna have to, you know, stop the process, have the police go back and investigate, get more proof, and then be resubmitted again. But that's like a long process. Generally speaking, all the investigation is done way beforehand, so you should have all your proofs. I've rarely, I have not been in that many court sitting, but I've been in my fair share of court sitting, just sitting there looking at people, how they see, but even then, it's like... He will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. He and grave murderers are sent to gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We will be toying with man's life. I'm the Lord Chief Justice and I've decided it's acceptable. You can't do that, can you? Well, of course, apparently. I mean, think about it like that. If he does not have any defense, is he gonna even assign anyone to defend him, first of all? And live or die depending on how well I perform. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Oh shit. You've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. Are you saying you are trying to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi? Should we do that? Should we toy with that people's life? That's not okay. Like I said, this chief here is a little bit... I don't know, he looks a little bit evil, but they all look evil. But at the same time, if that person has absolutely no defense at all besides himself, I don't know. He'll fall inside him. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly already! Whoa! Right? Can I see all the proof? Oh, what charge? "15 seconds. Your decision making needs to work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow." As a suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intention, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go inquire ticket for passage back to the East Timor. That's it? I'm sorry, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. You do? But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. I think what Mr. Zazo means is that no matter how badly I'd like to recognize as a lawyer, stay here in Britain to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivial it would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. Wow! What a comeback! I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his client in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove in the dentist. Usually it's not a day, but... I'm not qualified. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Was there something else? It's probably 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. Bye, Tiger, bye. A second. but shake it to go in my room for you. I'm doing good. At least I don't have to defend myself in this game again. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in his case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? He can hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like, you know, if he has no defense at all, the most severe sentence the judge can pass down, but that's awful. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. -3 here? I mean, it's not that cold. It's actually quite hot in my place right now. Well, quite hot as in December. It's not summer, but I mean, there's like rain outside. All the snow I had like, you know, a week ago, it's all gone. That's all gone. There's only one person now with a chance to have a very miserable end, and that is you. You're freezing. It's like 42 degrees. See, it's hot. And that is you. -3 is not even that cold. Get out, Josh. What do you say now, madam? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. 25? Why is it so hot in Canada? It's like 25 at your place. You're much more in the south. So venture into a great city, enjoy yourself. I mean, the census is gotta be around approximately 25 or something. Shit like that, right? If we're going to do this, Mira, we must leave at once. Okay. What to do? From this position, I can perform a suicidal takedown. Not again! It would be freezing? It would be warm. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm pretty sure to like 25 is around, you know, -2. You have like -4 degrees. -3.88888. So it's exactly where you are, Joshi. It's you have the same temperature as what the DL is. 25 is -3.88 in Celsius. You heard Longstrong, our trial start imminently, so we have... If I need to throw you, I will. Don't throw me! I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, you had better wait until we're out the Old Bailey. Okay, so let's move. I don't have any proofs. I have not seen any proof. Great. Old Bailey. Let's go. Let's go. You were on my laps earlier and you wanted to go out. Now you're gonna come back in for what? Yo, listen, even Colorado is colder than my place. That's how hot it is right now for me. And my room is like, you know, at 20 degrees Celsius in my place. No. Get us to this in 5 minutes drive and there's a guinea in it. Alright. What tiger? What is it? What is it? What is it, tiger? was such a boring day. I mean, I'm busy and sick. But not. Went to Tim Horton and that's all. Come on, get up. Sit here. That's my place! That's not for you to sit in. Get on the other side. Come on. Come here. Hey, why are you doing that? What are you doing? Your glass Christmas is soon. Okay. Remember Sister Supreme Court? An oppressive air, almost as if the building is set to go crush whoever is going to be sentenced. I mean, I don't get that kind of feeling when I go to the court. Stop walking. Top of the morning to ya! Who's that? Who's passing on trial? Is that Jacksepticeye? Is that him? Things are fair desperate, aren't they? Are you? And we're from Japan, yeah? So, how much do you need? That look like Willy Wonka? He does. Condemn myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a pen to your name, and all while in a strange faraway land. We haven't found a place to stay yet. That's true. Grand is grand, let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Not paid. Not to build an entire mansion in most of the prestigious area. Whoa. How much is a guinea? Why you though? You're just throwing coins at me. That would be in the eyes out. Gonna go away? To be honest, this is a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me, good soul self here, so you're the murderer. Wow. Go out, Tiger. Go out, we stay. Tell him. You're just gonna sneeze on me, he might be a little sick. That's just a little detail now. Why did you, having all those money, you did not have yourself found a lawyer? Why? Does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? No. Shit. Lady? Biggest name? Who the hell are you? Well, just next to Hyde Park, there is the center of London, another beautiful park. Oh, McGill Park? The McGill? Okay. Magnus McGill. Okay. Ah, but now did that guy say I'm good for nothing criminal? Me, Magnus McGill. What is the matter with London police? How am I supposed to know? What did you do? They said you murdered someone. Okay. I need to know the detail. We're actually here in London to study British law. We're a law student on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, then you'll be happy to put yourself in our hand. We'll do our best. I've given you 1,000 to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, I think I see what's going on here. I know what you're thinking. There's chance of a fella claim to have more money than the Queen, but if that's true, why the place can he hire the finest lawyer? That's what I was asking! Well, not at all. It is a little strange, to be honest, it is. That would be the fault of the Reaper. The Reaper? Yeah, what have you done again? The Green Reaper of Bailey, Lord Baroque of Van Zik. He's the prosecutor. When Van Zik stand for the prosecution, they call the accused the sacrificial lamb. Okay, so we are against, you know, someone who's very renowned for doing whatever they need to do, even sometimes, you know, presenting false proof just to crush his opponent by whatever means. So it's again one of those kind of cliche in this game that they're gonna do. Okay, cool. In every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, he's never lost. The accused has always been damned, with the worst too. So in this series, before we have the advances from Karma, so the from Karma too. As well, Miles Edgeworth, and they all lost somehow. All the prosecutor lost. Some of them even, you know, put some false proof and some shady stuff, chief of the police and whatnot. All those kind of people. But I mean, it's a very, very cliche kind of evil prosecutor. Oh, you know, about now nowadays we're just gonna go in the crown or something. In here. But still does in the state. Because he's a living legend in the old days. Baron Van Zik. Must be an exceptionally talented person. Talented isn't the word you're looking for. It's cursed. What do you mean cursed? It's a Green Reaper. Oh. Make your way into the courtroom to trial as a public king. So what if the Chief Justice is gonna, you know, have me do against someone who's so renowned and experienced, and now we're just like barely, not even a law student. I cannot even call Ryunosuke a law student when you only study for like a month per book, not even having gone through any schools and stuff. It's just like, oh no, you're a lawyer. Doesn't work like that. Nope. I mean, I want to be proved, but generally speaking, I don't think, you know, anywhere, you know, you become a lawyer by just reading a book for 1 month. And a little bit more. This I have to defend myself in there. I would And then you make an appearance of student love with Janelle. There's no accident, I can assure you that. It's fate, so don't get cold feet now, please. I mean, I need to see the proof beforehand. What proof do I have? I have... Every single time I have to do it while guessing. I guess that's the charm of this game. Like, you're gonna come in and you have no idea. They're just gonna throw shit at you. And you're just gonna, you know, cruise along the way. Let's go. Something that Kazuma would never have even allowed to happen. Console for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the, you will lose your right to stand. Super Mario RPG? Okay. I mean, there's quite a bit of copy. I don't think, you know, Super Mario RPG is gonna sell out. I mean, maybe for Christmas, during Christmas. Even then, you can always buy, you know, digital copy. I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Great. Very reassuring as a lawyer. Imagine your lawyer has absolutely no idea what's he gonna do. Second, guys, just gonna try to get something to drink. It looks. I mean, you never played the original one, so go grab it there. I mean, Mario RPG. It's like a good game. That's what started the entire, you know, RPG franchise. You know, even Mario and Luigi. So in my opinion, besides, you know, Thousand Year Doors, in the Mario RPG series, the entire series, I feel like Mario RPG does have, you know, strike a little bit different compared to all the other RPG, even including Mario and Luigi, all the entire saga of Mario and Luigi. They are all good games, but Super Mario RPG is like the OG one that started everything. So it plays well, you know, stand quite well through time, even if you play the OG, and I'm not even talking about the thing. I mean, it's like one of those things though, if you don't like RPG, don't get it, because it is an RPG, like a turn-based RPG too. Some people are like, you know, I feel like, you know, I'm talking as a grandpa or something, because some people are like, you know, turn-based, ew, what is this, why, you know? It's like a thing is a fact, it still has a little bit of a charm, you know, turn-based game, so that's me. But I do realize that it's not for everyone, so some people like, you know, they want the adrenaline, they want the very quick pace, they don't want the turn-based, you know, thinking about it. Kind of stuff. Like pretty much this game too. It's like a, you know, visual novel. It's not for everyone. It's like, you know, why do I want to buy a game that you know, has me read all those words and stuff? First of all, reading is good for you. Some people do not know how to read. So yes. And second of all, it's more than that. It's like you have to think through it when you read a book. Like if you are really passive readers, like, you know, dreading. Whatever the contrary, determining a person guilty or innocent is always sound and not fair. You don't mind any RPG game? Yeah. Well, not all RPG, because, you know, some people... I'm talking about, you know, traditional RPG. Like, nowadays RPG feels more like an action game. Your eyes looks ready to pop out of your head. Yo, how was it? Yo, listen, I just crossed the entire ocean from Japan all the way to Great Britain, and then I was accused of murder on the ship. Remember last time we were accused of being murdered, and all of this because it was Dark Litten who, you know, did all of it. And the girl who pushed it. It was all DL's fault last time. Yo, he looks like Count Dracula. Oh, the judge always looks the same. In the name of Majesty, the Queen and hereby declare this court to be in session. This is gonna be a little bit interesting because it's no longer the American system. So they might, you know, the game, and now I'm talking, you know, breaking the fourth wall. You know, the game developers might use, you know, some obscure law from Great Britain and introduce it to the game because they were using, you know, Japanese. Yes, but more about, you know, the the American system. So now we are in Great Britain and we might have some laws that is not readily available from America, which we know I'm not very familiar with, but we're gonna cruise along. I mean, it should be quite similar though. Accused of eating too much chocolate, he's accusing of killing someone. So we're gonna, you know, hear the opening statement, which is what we do. The Reaper of the Bailey. He really does like fully prepare to splash his victim to the underworld. I mean, I don't know, but counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh yes, of course, sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. He does have a little bit of a, you know, Miles Edgeworth vibe to it. Okay. Those eye pleases me ponies. They shroud your fear, your doubts, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Mamma mia! Joshi, you're a sacrificial lamb. It's Count Chocula versus Will. Mr. McGilded. You're sure he murdered the kid who came through the gate? Who, the prosecutor or the defendant? You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Oh shit. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to these foreigners? I had no one! As I've always said, my lord, this is a grand thing to give opportunities to you young. Even if the fella is a student from a little island off in the Far East, it's not that small. It's actually... is Japan bigger than the Great Britain? Well, maybe if you don't... Well, Great Britain, no, but I mean England, maybe. Definitely bigger than England, I'm sure. And what's the landmass of... How big is Great Britain? Back in the day, too. I have to calculate back in the day, but if you compare to Laos... Surface area... Let's see. So, 209,000 roughly kilometers square compared to Japanese. So Japan is actually bigger, 377. 377, 973 kilometers square. So it's actually bigger. Like almost double the size of Great Britain. It's not the British way to use the danger of yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. Hello, human? Who's a human? It's Wonka. Oh, Wonka. Like to think the act of chivalry to do the Great British Empire proud. No one wanted to defend you because of, you know, how the prosecutor is scaring everyone. I mean, all the lawyers are scared because they don't want to lose. Listen to Mickey, what a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please may we give and play in Batilde Park. Isn't it as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded? What's that from open news? He certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Yeah, I mean, he has the money and everything. I know Slayer. Mr. McGilded, the most loved of sentiment now. He's better because he sees you. That's all it takes for Josh. Let's to come see my gun. Oh, we have juries too. That's 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. This is a first, I believe. We have a jury system here. Okay, are you ready to proceed? We have juror number 1. My lord, if passes send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly, naturally, I agree. Any criminal here will have soon be wishing they never set eyes on you. Who the heck are you? Not secretary, just like me. Okay, Jordan, I feel a chill. And then the grandma of the, don't mind me, my dear. Just be getting on my meetings. Must finish this myth for my grandson. Those people are the jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. Only ever read about it. The court final versus the final the opinion of the 6 jurors. The passes sentence according to the law, but the jury determined guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. 2 completely different points of view. What do you mean? What? Who let the granny in the court? I mean, she's a juror. Anyone can serve the jury if they have been chosen. With, you know, some rare exception, any member of the court system cannot be a juror. Anyone who is a peace officer cannot be a juror, including myself. Anyone who has been in the criminal system cannot be a juror. So anyone holding a political office cannot be in the juror as well. So yes, I can never serve as a juror or as a jury. Although I technically want to sometimes, you know, I just wonder what it would be like. But you know, I would never be able to. That's just not possible. I know as the rapper of Bailey, my lord, infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. What is he? That prosecutor just want to bite on someone. What brings you back? Is there some change in the circumstances of which the court should be aware of? Right. Bye-bye. I leave that to your imagination, my lord. Why did he have to choose today of all day to make a comeback? Yeah, why did you choose all day to come here to Great Britain? I mean, he's been, you know, out of the system for 5 years. Maybe he's, you know, a little bit, you know, rusty. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe. Now then, opening statement, I think a summary of the case, please. That's part of the prosecutor job. Give me the summary because I have absolutely no idea. Overwhelming simplicity, one must be the only one here who are unaware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hours was minutes after 10, okay? The victim was a maker of building brick, known in the community as a dry-spire mason. He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks fired, though, were said to be almost indestructible, okay? Oh shit. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the street of London at the time. Omnibus. A dagger that had been thrusted into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. So that's the autopsy report. Okay, so we have the autopsy report here compared to what before it was barely the police who's doing their own observation. So no autopsy, no doctor is gonna do anything. But you know, we found out the relatively close period of time which this game is set in, and we determined, well, we found out that it's actually even way before I thought, because I believe in my previous study, it's roughly around the Second World War, but I was very wrong, because they specifically set the Paris Warfare and London Great Exhibition, which is set during the 1880 something, 89 and 91. So we have the exact time period. We are in the 19th century there, roughly at the end of the 19th century, almost close to the 20th centuries, and it's way before way before, a couple of years before there was First World War. So we're not even talking about all those kind of things now. So the autopsy report is very rooted, very basic, I would say, so to speak. Like walnuts covers. Hey, that sounds good. Council, I shall accept that as the photograph as evidence. Okay. A report prepared by the Scotland Yards. Oh, we have coroners. Coroners! It gives the cause of death as the internal hemorrhage, hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. Okay. Okay. So we have that photo, and one further item of evidence. Gloves. These are... Is that blood, Council? Yes, my lord. Seized by the policemen who arrived at the scene, these gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. Oh my god. Okay. What is going on? So he has blood on his hand, on his glove at least. Santa Claus but different? Sure. I'm back into a corner before I even started. Continuing. I don't know why he has got that kind of voice. This is Count Chocolate, Willy Wonka, and Santa, yay. According to the driver of the one, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside the vehicle at the time. Only 2. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. And the other... it was the accused, Magnus McGilden. Oh shit. Defendant, what you say? Well, of course I have no recollection of such a thing. What? You have to say. I wrote the engine that evening, but whenever I'm in the carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness I always succumbs to. So he was sleeping, is that what he said? There's the motion of a carriage. So it is when I opened my eyes again, was a desperate sight before me, the body of a man I've never laid eyes on before in me life. Was quite messy to make, but good. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I was about to start worrying about me glove now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver is only the beginning. Then I have to ask of the driver. Multiple witnessed the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Oh shit. Okay. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and they were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Why are we so... Okay, counsel. The circumstances have been made quite clear. Now I have to ask. Testimony from the witness, first of all. Your wishes, my command. Bailiff, bring the witness in at once. We have so many witnesses. Oh, this is gonna get complicated because I have to see all the 3 people at the same time, right? My name is, well, everyone call me Bedwell. I drive Anonymous in the East End. Okay, so he was the driver. Bruce Fairplay, I'm a banker in the city. And my name is First, Lady First. What? What? Am I the only one reading that name in some naughty way? Am I the only one who's reading that in a very, very naughty way? Lady First? Especially make hats for gentle. Let's begin confirming for fact. 3 days ago, a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the standway in the omnibus and witnessed the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir! Quite right! Yes, sir! That's right! That name is so dirty, I'm telling you. Very well, then proceed to your formal testimony. This is a pretty funny game. It is very quirky, I'll give you that. All of the Ace Attorney is very quirky. There are some dance moments. There are definitely a lot of quirky moments as well. Okay, testimony, let's go. What the witness saw. It was the last bus of the thingy, so I had a few customers remember it. Wow. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. I thought I was the only one. Then out of the blue, the accuser reached over and plunged a knife right into his gut. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. Soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my boss, and then I saw it too. An ambiguous testimony, honestly. Shit. I see the name, so I can't comment. I mean, Lay, L-A-Y-D dot first. F-U-R-S-T. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus Bebeleona. What's an omnibus? How quaint. I read that civilization was a good century behind our own, but you are here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about omnibuses? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? No matter. I've arranged for us to see Ophos of the actual scene of the crime. That's what I want to see. You understand that much? Yes. Bailiff! Bring forth. Let's go. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and carry up to 8 passengers. So 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. But the best view of the city architecture site had to be had from the top of the omnibus, and that is very similar to the double-deck bus that we have even right now, and that is similar in Hong Kong. Basically the same system as they use in England is the double-deck bus. So people will generally, you know, go on the top deck. Sometimes, you know, nowadays sometimes it's enclosed because, you know, it's get really hot, so you want the AC to be inside the bus as well. But there are definitely some other buses where it's on the top, it's open, and you want to be on in the front, and yeah. So I would say that the omnibus is pretty much like, you know, the older version of the double deck bus. But okay, let's go. One other to our foreign guests. Oh, skylight in the roof allowing the view of interior from the citadel. Ah, okay. So he's from the skylight. The penny drop alas at sea. We're occupying the rooftop seat in an envelope where the murder took place. This is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Well, Consul, this is a first. In all my years behind about the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom, there are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, so this is the carriage that we're talking about. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as an evidence. Shit. That is the prosecution's wish. Okay, cool. Let's go! I mean, he brought it to you. I might as well submit it into the court record. The entire crime scene. It's a little bit special, but let me examine it a little bit. Inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. I'm sure the witness would have been able to see quite clearly. Okay. Not much. Let's open it. Job master. So we have some bloods over on this side. Soak into the seat, the victim obviously. That seat was clearly visible from the roof. And you would really stab someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder. It was after dark and there was a lamp. See anything outside to the skylight? It's a planet. So we have this little lamp here. There's a poster for the Great Exhibition that's due that starts in 6 months from now. Draw to the Crystal Tower centerpiece of the whole exhibition. You're going to head out, alright, you have a good night's layer? All of them must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. The Crystal Tower. Almost looks like the Eiffel Tower, though. What is this? What is this handlebar? Oh, nifty. Blanket's horseshoeing tube. That's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things safe. Any space for passengers to store their luggage. That's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Okay. Why is there no button? Hello, Danish. How you doing? So it cannot be opened from inside because there are no handles. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see what we have. A couple of windows that can't. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside and I don't know, maybe I missed something, but it's not letting me see through everything. What is this? That's still the okay. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. We must have a wonderful view of London Street here, so people sit all the way up here on a bitter winter night with the cold air rushing past them. Blood on the seat? Yes, there was blood on the seat because the person got stabbed. So we would assume the blood is from the victim himself. Will consequences stay out late? Yeah, but not getting anything. Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Oh, now we have something. Phoenix Wright! For those of you who don't know, Phoenix Wright is an lawyer that, first got introduced in the first game of the series, Ace Attorney. He was the first, rookie lawyers that eventually became, a very, very good and outstanding lawyer. There are other lawyers that got, later on introduced into this series, like Apollo Justice and whatnot. Definitely Phoenix Wright is the one that started it all. Okay, I want to examine this part. What is the blood here, though? Blood, isn't it? It's not the most pleasant sight to see confronting on our first day in London where nothing come grumbling now. But by the way, is Mr. Steele right-handed? Oh, it is a right-handed. Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. If only he'd been left-handed, I think the blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating. The unknown. Nothing over here for now. Have a knife if all the stuff was under the seat? I mean, he could have, easily, hide it in his, under his coat or something. That's definitely possible. And all the stuff from, under the seat is from, the driver himself. And since our defendant here is only using the omnibus, it's pretty much like a traveler here, so... In theory, he should not have access to whatever is under the seat. But I mean, even if he does have access, he does. In this case, he could have easily, hidden it under his coat when he went on the omnibus and stabbed the person afterward and leave it. Because I believe from the court record that they do have the knife. It's just like, really plunge right into the abdomen, it says. I also did not see the autopsy report though. Bryce Fire Mason, occupation brickmaker. The time and cause of death is the 15th of February, 10 PM to 11 PM. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. And that's pretty much it. Alright, let's continue with proceeding then. Little cross-examination console. Pray don't expect this nippon straight to understand the intricacy of British court cross-examination rights. Alright, my first cross-examination in British court. Let's go. We're gonna cross-examine. But I mean, off the top of my, of my head like this though, they did have a fairly...
Hold it!
Fairly, rigid testimony here. I have not seen anything. I mean, I don't see anything that's different. This is like new to the game though. I have to see all the witnesses. Well, is it? I don't remember. I believe there was one case from another game where it was introduced that you actually have to see the other witnesses at the same time. Just to see that, you know, sometimes when one is talking about and the other one is like, huh? What is he talking about? He's just gonna show on his face, but never gonna show everything. So I have to be very careful about each other witnesses. Hello, Ali. Oh yes, that's alright, ever so cold. It was freezing, in fact. And you have 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right. Not all traveling in the same part of the bus, of course. No. There were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alive, for example. Not quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. Okay. But nobody fled the scene of crime then. I have to say the boss insisted on it running. He does every evening, the last bus of the day. So yes, it is. Hello Raiders, welcome Raiders. Skitty Mix, Bestie, Deadpool, Richard, hello. Yellow Rosa, Jassy, hello. Welcome Raiders. Soundwave Fan, hello Jacob. Welcome Raiders. Controller Hog, the Black Knight official. My bum? I don't have any bum. You cannot smack something that does not exist. My butt is flat with the airport. But do be welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you for the link, Ali, for posting Red Raven's link in the chat, guys. So if you wanna go check Red Raven, do so. The link is in the chat, guys. I mean, what did you play today? Anything that has to be very suspicious, very sus? Yeah, and we guess. Oh, you're a Rosa. But I do wonder sometimes it's altogether worthwhile. So to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything only making 20 pence on the run? Yes, I spent that much at the pub on the way home. Joshy, is that you? I mean, all the money, immediately spend it all. Poof! On the way home, we go to the pub just trying to warm up. Oh god. How are you guys doing? Hello. Sukume. Hello. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Okay, hold it! Press a little bit. And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage. When you sit up on the top, take the windows right there on your feet. Okay? There was a lamp on the inside, so I have a pretty good view. That was not you, that was totally you! The two of them were wearing hats. I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Wait, it was right to the front though. If he was sitting next to each other, he must have turned around and then stabbed him right in the abdomen? How's that work? But there's not a shred of doubt, and he does not have the view of someone on the other sets of seats, right? Unless he turns around and look at it. How can you be so sure? Indeed. Let's give this gentleman a rather small stature. I could not mistake him for anyone else. Alright, Betsy, you have a good night. Oh, you have a good night. Look at that when the vehicle came to a halt, only people inside the enclosed cabin. Where the deceased Mr. Mason and extended kill, but he does have a place to hide himself though, right? But even then, the policeman might have found whatever is under the bench. But I have a problem though, because of what I could only open from one side, but the other side I couldn't open anything on. There's no room for doubts. Okay, hello Bala. Bala, how you doing? Close my window a little bit. Really wish I was there. You don't want to be there. You're gonna be accused of murder.
Hold it!
Okay, didn't I already testify to that? Oh. For a fair dinkum, hardworking city banker not considered trustworthy this day. Oh shit. No, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Oh shit. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail if that's... Completely other made up. Made up of what? I don't like the stinking rich, never have. They're always up to something other than they shouldn't be, every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, you can't fool me! Guilty! What the? There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this, that's my opinion on the matter. Precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, this is my duty to set a good example to my fellow juror. Oh, okay, are we all say guilty now? What the? What is happening here? Oh yes, it seems that House a member of the jury give their verdict already. White for innocence, black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their mind about the case, one by one they each cast a ball of fire into the grave. What is going on? Since when do they do that? Yo, this is... That's unbelievable. What is going on? Someone tell me what is going on. How is that even a thing? Okay, let's do this. Never trust a guy who's flipping a knife. I mean, you certainly choose your juror, but you know sometimes you don't get necessarily the person you want. But like I said, you know, I don't have that kind of worries, and you know, generally speaking, I don't know a lot of people who has been a juror before, but. I mean, they should be, picking random people. That has, no bearing whatsoever to the cases, and even, close or you far remotely, linked to it. So, counsel for the defense will continue with cross-examination. That's impressive.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's not what. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Affliction? Okay. Okay, I wanna press it. Collapse on the floor. Okay. I mean, it's a very, very solid estimate. Like, okay. Magnus McGilt it, then plunge it like in the belly. Juror number 2. Guilty! And a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truth. Dispose of the rubbish! Oh shit. Yo, this is like so freaking dramatic with the fire. With the balance in the back, like ding! I want something in the court somewhere. Like a big ass balance. I'm like, damn! Put a fire in it! The weight of your guilt. This is what it feels like. Look at it. I don't wish to call up, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth. Oh yeah. She's gonna cast it too. Painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-reference all the facts. As such, I am now in the position to draw the only logical conclusion. Oh shit. I mean, generally speaking, juror does not do like that. Just stop it. There are only 2 left. More information was still very much in the dark. I mean, I need more information. We have absolutely like no information. Thunderbird! Go spy on them. And send me some information. I need the information. I mean, you have the ability to fly, right? So fly over their heads or something. Try to give me something. Just need to keep going. Listen to weakness statement. The only 2 people in the enclosed cabin were the victim and the defendant, and so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the men I'm trying to defend to do the deed. Only to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. Yes, it is! What am I supposed to think here? Yes! Give me information! Thunderbird would be a perfect spy, see? I mean, you are not only Thunderbird, you have the 007 at the back, so act like one. Go grab me something, you know, infiltrate the police station, bring me more proofs. I need you know. A little more careful. I think it's here.
Hold it!
I want to see a little Jen sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. Okay. Got to pay you first. You know, once I get it from the richest man in London, my pay, I'll pay you. Agent Thunderbird, see? Then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out of his belly, that huge grape. A grim sight indeed. Even more convinced my client did it they were before. Only we had some evidence to counter their suspicion. Oh, okay. Why did you not submit the freaking proof before? Oh my gosh. The skybar is emblazoned and prominent with a certain initial. Okay. Was more for bond, the rest I needed a name. Magnets per house of McGilda? Take your pick.
Objection!
Mason!
Objection!
for a brick maker to have home. Can I have the knife, please? Okay. Oh, now they're all gonna say guilty. The grandma is the only one that has not said anything. As a master of London Guilds of Coachmen, the idea of murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is a little abhorrent to me. Oh shit. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I say to myself. But I've heard enough now, the horse has bolted, as they say. Oh no. Gee, up now, Silver Blaze, the finish is in sight. Oh shit. Crap. I mean, they can probably change their opinions. I'll trust what the man says. People! Which now means that 5 jurors agrees to condemn this man. There's only Grandma. Grandma is gonna be saving? Yes, dear, what can I do for you? You have heard the testimony of the witness in the stand. Oh yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Is Grandma gonna save me? What are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of the day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park it's called. The gentleman donated to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' face is sad. I can imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things to the city, that's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone surely. Mother, may we go to McGilded Park Public Park? He has the public on his back though, which is quite rare. Borrow some more books. How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of man is he? A philanthropist, Magnus McGilded. Has enough wealth to protect the entire city he claimed to value so highly. But where did all that wealth came from? Yeah, your client is a Shylock. One with the very darkest of the souls. Oh shit, what? Pray tell. Stone of the Crows! Lends money to extortionate the rates of interest so his victim have no hope of repaying him. Is that how it is? When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. How do you... Oh no, I've never heard any mention of that before. What are we talking about? How do you know, man? Van Zeke. Your faculty haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that? The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liabilities. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused Magnus McGilded. Oh shit. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment day for his debts. Really? The brickmaker was destitute, he has lost his house, he had not a shilling with which to repay his debt, and in the end, this pitiful soul has the very lasting year own taken from him, his life. Very, very grim. What is going on? But the merciless philanthropist pretend that Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it. Yo, this is like a nail in the coffin. If I must something briefly sure. You claim that the victim has been lent money by Mr. McGill, but where is the evidence to support your claim? Yeah, sure. You're gonna sleep? Alright, dear, you have a good night. Yo, you're just gonna drink a bottle in the court? Yo, well, that's totally something I would do. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in the court of law. Hallowed chalice. Why are these people acting like this? But I find myself in unexpected good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it yourself. Eh? As a judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which will detain all monies known by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Alright. Present this ledger as evidence I wanted. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my in torso to the enigmatic East at the same time. Get me the proof. I would gladly accept this new evidence. Debtor's ledger has been entered into the court. So he is like a loan shark in some way, okay. 20 guineas. The victim owned a considerable sum. Oh, okay. Okay, let me examine the shit though. It does have an M. It could be W. What says is M? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, you become a W. Well, that's what I'm saying. This could change everything. W. Turnabout case, I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know at all, but what I'm sure of that is that it is. Why do you sure it's an M? Why are you so sure it's an M though? Could be a W. Yes, I just don't really like blades. Those don't seem to like the word of the man with a large katana slung from his wings. That's not a blade, that's Kazuma's soul. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Alright. It does have blood. Blood, gross! Surely it's blood of the victims. An Englishman's blood looked like a lot like Japanese man's blood. Okay. I mean, is there someone else's blood that looks, different? I would like to see. Did you think it wouldn't? Because that we've only just arrived here. Would it look like green? I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yo. Okay. It does look quite fancy, I must say. Doesn't seem like there's anything else special about it besides the blood. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. The M and the blood, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So what's the debtor's ledge? Also the secret of London gentry. Let's do this. Sure. Apart from our great detective friends, let's do this. Actually, I wonder. You will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see. Open this shit. I'm full of gentlemen's name, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Goodness! Look at this! Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. That's something... I mean, it's one of the person. The witness. The banker. 20 guineas. It's fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. Are there any other names that I need to know? Are there any other pages? How can I only see one page? Nothing over here to investigate. This page, maybe? Maybe this page? It's the same thing. I don't know, it's not letting me go on another page. I mean, Bruce Fairplay. Thrice Fire. Bruce Fairplay is him. But why did he say that, you know, the Mason was the one who owed him money? Well, it would seem I've the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, this is the modus operandi of the accused. Okay, great. Such a pretty little pup too. What a scoundrel! You are manipulating the emotion of the juror still. Maybe it's all for the best. No! That was it, the last juror's decision. Is it a decision? Ow. According to the encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That is what it says here, the final verdict. Over then. Oh. There's a footnote though. However, the defense, all 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. My final verdict, I trust there are no objections. I can object. You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your encyclopedia of British law, however, the defense? Of course. When all members of the jury, this is something I'm not familiar with, that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the juror at this point.
Objection!
A summation examination? From which century had... Any modern text in the mirror wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of your luck. Oh no. What even is it, Miss Susato, this so-called summation examination? What is this? Typical Nipponese. Where we'll be able to appeal to the member of the jury to do what? Appeal to them, change the leaning and reverse the decision, okay? If successful, the proceeding of the trial must be resumed. Okay. Became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to trial in this day and age. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked, so if it's not revoked, I'm allowed. I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. That is true. What do you think? I have to assert our right.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standard of judicial procedures. Okay, summation, examination, and embarrassment that should remain buried. But it's our right, and I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. Let's go. This is madness. Well, I mean, if it's not extinct, even though, you know, there are no rules that says it's no longer a valid procedure, I have the right to exert it. Being difficult, it seems like it. I mean, but it's very, very short. As a cross-examination, even the, you know, the juror barely listened to anything like I'm gonna cast my vote. That's not something that I am familiar like right now. Without ever seeing anything at all. Barely anything. I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see? All members will be asked to explain on what ground they have reached their decision. I mean, they need to explain it to the judge before they actually make a decision, right? What grounds? Why you believe the defendant to be guilty? Yes. I mean, it should not only in a enclosed room, but whatever. They're just gonna do it. This is most irregular, not mentioned what's displayed this for. I mean, they have to. Yes, but they have to explain it based on what ground, right? And the judge has to lead them into making that kind of decision. Some things that you need to consider, some other things you don't need to consider. Well, now, you know, because it was like, you know, 2 centuries ago, almost. No, maybe, what, 1 century ago, whatever. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there were no leading whatsoever. They just come in, listen to the thing, and oh, guilty. Alright then, the summation examination, let's do. Defense procedure no practicing law has attempted for years. Just maybe it might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the ground on which you find the defendant. I mean, I also wanted to listen to what they want to say. The juror's contention. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. A trusted driver, he has excellent memory. He's seen 4 passengers with fare totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and draw the logical conclusion. You can trust the guilt. Fair is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor? Or... on the floor? I thought it was on the bench, on the seat. Accordingly, that's not quite how it works. I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy mind with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Let's go. Unfortunately, once the jury have decided the defendant is guilty, they are unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, you have to present. Your plea will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruto. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work? Second thoughts. I mean... The key to this procedure is using the juror's own word to make your argument. While the sixth member of the jury are randomly selected member of the public, they may appear to represent a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. Oh, not even presenting proofs and stuff. If we can, we then contrast the statement and put the... There's already one. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Okay. Can we start proceeding, Counsel? Yes, I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear, concise review, though. Yes, my lord. I mean... Yo. He was stabbed on the foot. That's something wrong already. But how does that work? Is what? It's more about the game gimmick that I'm not sure right now.
Hold it!
You know what's a good coachman before, didn't you? Stab it! How does that work? Suppose I was wrong. The old lady suddenly seemed to know her mind, doesn't she? Does he? I already did. I'm gonna put them together. Well, I took the liberty of doing some research. I have to say such a situation shall read a little long. Okay. Go ahead. Very well, listen to this. During the summation examination, we hear the assertion of the sixth member of the jury. In this issue, the counsel for the defense should use exhibit impunity. Having done so, you will be able to compare the chosen assertion with one of the others. Select the corresponding button to listen to the other juror's assertion again. Note that you cannot choose the assertion of the you initially selected, okay? Nor can you choose assertion, okay? So they're just gonna have a comparison, okay? They're leaning to not guilty already. Alright, let's do that. Once you compare the various jurors' assertion, work out to which two contradict each other and then put them together. Alright. Okay, the first step is, yeah, I know already which one I want to put them together. So, I basically have to pick two statements that contradict each other. Let's get this right now.
Objection!
Dearie me, I was only needing a jumper for my other half. What is all the claptrap? More than one witness. They say allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant was stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. I'm busy here. What sort of motion was it? It was like they stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like a pram banker said. Now then, juror number 6. Is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? So, I guess they are trying to, you know, prove that it's beyond any shadow of doubts. Okay. The decision must be based on that. Okay. Well, dear, as far as I understand it, was like this, not like this. Okay. Not like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. And now don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. Without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. Well, they're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Hey? Bless my stitcher, what a muddle! What this tells us is that there's a strong possible one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh, but why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out, we may never know the real truth! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you said? Oh dearie me! Boing. The scales? I don't believe it! Is that what we're going at? Wait! Now hear this, my fellow, I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerers using magic on all of us. If I could use magic to anything, I'll be putting myself through all of this. He's not wrong. Dark Jinx? Wait, what? What exactly is the problem? What? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, okay? And this young man, you saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. Then in this law you saw him do it. What to say it didn't happen like that? Because he was only stabbed one time. Why I should take this to you? They are ready to kill each other now. But could the 4 men of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments? No, he cannot. It's out of the question. Because there was only 1 stab, when according to the autopsy report. What you're suggesting is impossible, it's out of the question. How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. I'm responsible to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? Okay, I'll prove it to you. I say the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. You say that's how I could show me the proof. I'll show you the proof. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can dismiss. Alright, let's go. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. Yes, I will give you the proof.
Take that!
This is the victim autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. Which means the wizard can possibly have seen it to happen 2 different times. He can't! Alright, I concede defeat. If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' mind. There's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Oh wow, there are other 2. There's other 2? Really? But they're still way heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with my summation examination. Yo, this is very melodramatic, but I don't think this is actually what's happening in real life. Now we're totally going into the fantasy land. But it's fine. I'll allow it. Four passengers with fare totaling 20 minutes. Draw the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild fares. How about fall pens? Yeah. So how do we get 20 pens? Totally 20 pens. Unless he's counting himself, how is he getting 20 pens?
Objection!
Hello, Scooter. According to the group testimony we have so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And the jury member I was just told us the following: the fare for the omnibus is 4 pence. So, how do you get the other 4? We need a jury count. DL is the jury. But that doesn't add up at all, right? In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. 4 passengers paying 4 pence. If you do the multiplication, it's gonna be 16, right? How did it get 20? As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact, or precisely one person's fare. One person's fare. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passengers, right? DL is asleep. I mean, she can still be the jury's pet while being asleep. This can't be right! The coachman of the guild, a good, honest man, and all trustworthy in our watchword. The figure your coachman claims will certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon! Now they're just gonna fight each other. Mr. Guildsmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he let nefarious character ride his omnibus. Shit. How do I make it so the miserable child doesn't end then? Shit. Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side on the set of the scale. Oh, hold your horses here, coachman. You again? What the heck is juror number when it's always again up, you know, going after my booty? You still I get my hand on you, Bippo. So easily dissuaded. This is very irritating. Look what I've done. I don't care. Beg your pardon, I'm going to do the same. Doink. Listen, they did not even last. You see, just after talking with them a little bit, now they have, you know, a little bit of doubts in here. And they should be clearing all, you know, shadow of doubts in order for them to, you know, sentence someone to their death. For the love of Mike, look at you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standard in financial matters. Okay. Oh, really? Yes, really. I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Wait. Well, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. Yay. With one. What are you playing at, you dandy fools? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. What consensus? I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take his razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. You? Tell me he's a barber? Oh shit. In a quite remarkable turn of events, The defense summation examiner have flipped the balance of the scale of justice. The jury now stand for 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Oh shit. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witness to return to their place, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Aye. So, Lord Van Zee, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. I'm just watching the show from the, side with his wine of glass through his chalice. Like, good show. Oh, he broke the glass! Having savored the rich aroma of carmine contents of this hollow chalice. Oh no, it may seem crass to crush it, it does. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeke! Oh, he thought he was winning. Is it cold in here or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination, so I honor and deathly silence and listen to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. What? Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth in the scene. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? Yeah. Okay. Let us proceed to the next round of battle. We're gonna fight. Oh, no more cape, sir. I mean, he's kind of, very well dressed. Very, very well dressed now, huh? So, you heard the summation examination we had just had to endure. Yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course, I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. Oh, you, sir, on the end, the coachman, I believe it's Bipple, right? You gonna explain where did you get that 4 pence from? It transpired that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to bail the presence of this passenger on your omnibus. You will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind. Oh shit. Bring in Tiger? No. Let him rest. He's a little bit, sick. He's sneezing a lot, so let him rest. Now then, witness, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense summation examination. Yes. He's a little bit sick. He's coughing. I mean, he's sneezing. I mean, he's still eating and stuff, so I don't think it's anything major. If it's gonna last a couple of days, then see the vet eventually, but I don't think so. I only carry 4 passengers in that sweater, but okay, well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the pass. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGill stabbing that guy. Everything I said before stands. Oh yes, he stabbed him. He's dead. I think so. I think so. He's sneezing. But I don't know whether it's because he's coughing up, airballs or something else. Phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. Confusion is arising from the coachman's sly little cozenage. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster! The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board, you know that. Am I to understand that you'll be overcharging a passenger by a penny a fare? He did. It's so cold and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. You're a disgrace, Beppo, disgrace, and your selfish attitude have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay a 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is 20 pence. And I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, No, that's figures. Okay, can I do a cross-examination? That's my right. To repeat that one of the aforementioned misgiving has already explained, and then counsel for the defense, your cross-examination if you please. I already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today, and you see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely yes. Let's go. I'm gonna press everything.
Hold it!
Second guess. They were only 5, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence, is that right? Yes, he's right. Okay. It was cool. It didn't change it. For even keeping the bus running. Oh shit. Doesn't dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passengers? Does he? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. Okay. Alright, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
Hold it!
Why wouldn't you know? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board. Doesn't seem like there's any different. My learned friend was nothing of the sort. Whoops. Much like the phantom killer you desperately needed, it's gone dead. Okay. So that's statement number 3. He fiddled us on the fare he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight. I was impressive. This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murder, I presume? Yes. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the Jane was stabbed. What? Really? The banker has already testified to it. Actually see the point at which a victim is killed. Take a sharp intake of breath. I heard the banker Jen next to me take a sharp intake of breath. See? That's when I looked through the glass. A sharp intake of breath. Huh? Why is he looking at him like that?
Excuse me!
Okay, he's not doing anything. I wanna go back to the previous.
Hold it!
So he didn't see the stabbing itself. So only the gentleman in the middle. Well, I shouldn't say gentleman. When I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. That can help swimming even when you're eating. Okay. So how did you see that? So you saw the defendant stabbing the victim as the man was sitting next to him, right? That's what I said, isn't it? That's what you said. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. There's been much talk of a fifth passenger, but yet zero evidence. What are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white, the man is guilty. Just wait. Wish I could work out what it was. Got stabbed. What do you have to say, Peppo? Saw the moment when the defendant line stabbed the victim, didn't you? Yeah, eh? Okay. Said that the victim was on the floor and described it as someone holding a knife. Nice pick grip. Like this? This? Only got decoration up inside the house. I don't have any decoration, not in the house, not at my workplace. I mean, it's been years I've been doing that, like, no. Hell no. Very minimal. Lazy. Ice pick. Put the cart before the horse. Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horse when I heard a scream from the seat on the roof deck. That was me. He was screaming and then I turned around. Yes, I saw it through the sky. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up his midriff. On the floor. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man. Handle. You didn't see the moment when I actually stabbed at all. I really thought that I did, but no, you didn't. But when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of stabbing, did I? What do you have to say?
Excuse me!
Nope. Really, I don't have anything. Do you have something to say about that? So they're gonna keep giving me those kind of exclamation mark just so that I can go? Or do I have to constantly take care eventually in the harder, scenario further on down the game? I don't know. But right now we have like a big red bold exclamation mark saying that, eh. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Fairplay? Now you listen to me, I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment of a stab, what are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? This game is flustered. I may be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Would he just have to see the exact... I mean, he was seated, so why is he talking about being on the floor? Who brought him back up on the floor? I don't know what to choose, Ali. What should I choose? Because they keep saying it's on the floor. But it's not on the floor. If you see the photo, he was actually seated and we see the pictures. So if he has to be on the floor, then he must have fell on his back. And then someone afterward brought it back on the seat, right? Because you can totally see that it's on the seat now. Tell me. Why should you supplement your testimony with a clear statement of what exactly you saw? Thank you. What, soak the hands? He was holding gloves. Both of them were covering it? On the hands? Okay. Okay, this is just telling me that I need to pursue. So it's this last statement that is wrong.
Objection!
He could not have seen the hands. But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in no. So there certainly does not appear of a sizable dark color stain there, but as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right hand gloves. Your testimony is inconsistent, so can So you're the liar here then. Oh. You were quite clear about it, you said, "Ugh, it was in both hands." Okay, well I wasn't thinking like that, but I mean at least I got it right showing that proof. Calls your entire testimony into question. You said you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
Simple mistake. You can justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it was both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. Victim's blood wasn't the accused.
Objection!
No, Mr. Bakaka stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake, my word should be the gold standard, but you are in debt. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter sniper. I'm standing member of this and don't privaticate. We have something. I do have something. I have evidence. My lord. Defense is ready to prevent evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence will clearly demonstrate why had to lie. He does. This.
Take that!
Get alone. This is a list of debtors who owe money to Mr. McGill. He has a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, amongst the name of this debtor is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Fairplay, are you currently in debt financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worthy of being called debt. You owe 20 guineas. It's not an inconsiderable sum of money, would you say? You can buy houses, mansions, and whatnot. Let's suppose Mr. McGill were to be found guilty of murder. What will become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They will cease to exist. Oh shit. Well, Mr. Fairplay is not really doing a fair play, isn't it? Is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Nanny? Well, he's not Fairplay, is he? Order! Order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay, how dare you lie to the court? I will, sue you for perjury. Let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have no serious implication upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? None of them saw it then. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGill's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
Yet only one of the defendants on which we have here has evidence staying. So you keep saying there's another fifth person then. I wonder if I might be allowed to go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happened. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hand. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. Then there must be another person then if it's on both of his hands. I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. I mean, if it's on both the assailant's hand, then there must be someone else. Given the fact that there's only like bloods on the right hand? Is that how it works, huh? Top half keeps falling off the head. It's still big for him. So where are we going? What witness really saw? Let's go. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment of starting to transpire, if that matters. Does matter. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both attackers' hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard the scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside the carriage, or we all would have seen it. Would you? Wait, did his hair just move too? And lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you were listening to the crucial moment of the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, Manoa, but honestly, there was no one else inside the carriage, and the man's hand was covered in blood. Hands. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man. No, no, no. That's not how you do it. That's not what testimony is about. That is examining, once more. Clear visible on the seat, corroborating the witness account. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the fact of the case. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Let's do it. We're getting assurance through cross-examination. Alright, there are some things that's coming out now. How?
Hold it!
Nevertheless, I know what I saw and stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands. He might have no, because maybe he's not mistaken. Maybe he's right. The hand he saw was someone else's. That's the thing. One hand or two, the salience point remain unchanged. But how am I gonna? Suppose you may say that I didn't see the exact moment starting. What? That's...
Hold it!
Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime, it's a matter of fundamental importance as well, you know, right? Yes, you do. Crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. Based on what? Trying to save us all some time. You haven't loaned a 20 guinea understanding with definitely no. Are we going to back to that point again? Have you hoped to release yourself from the financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? That's not entirely not what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in Derby? Yo, all that for gambling. Joshi, you should no longer gamble. You're no longer allowed. I was going to win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend that's true. He's gonna gambling on a horse race. Bye. I'm a banker. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. That's not how it works. The judge is like shaking his hand, like shake my hand. I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for. The witness grapple are not on the trial here. No, it's not. But still, proceed to the next one. I mean, the credibility is being attacked, but I'm seeing both.
Hold it!
Blood. Blood on both. Only one of Mixgilda has any sign of blood on it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember, so he saw the hand went along down Mr. Giz sitting beside the other fellow. I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, see? That's correct, sir. I saw the blood on both his bare hand quite clearly. So it's bare hand, that's what I'm saying. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused of the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on McGill's hand. Was blood on his hand? This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. It is.
Hold it!
So you didn't see anything? Yes, sir, that is to say no, sir, I didn't. I'm very sorry about what I said before. Sir, very sorry. It was very wrong of me to make up stories to say I saw him stab the man. He didn't. Why is he looking like that? I know what you're insinuating. I certainly wasn't making up stories. We're driving a horse. At the very least, must have enjoyed a very good view of London Street now. Okay. Please, you didn't even see that? It was so cold that night, you see, it was all I could do is keep from passing out. Oh shit, my head was fairly frozen solid. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service in London's cold winter night. Yo, you're gonna get a car crash. People! In front of there. I mean, maybe you have seen it, you just didn't realize. But the glass wasn't frosted. I remember I was feeling it was so bitter. Why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place? Well, I don't know about this young fella, but I couldn't enter the cabin. What? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. That's right, that's public bus service, and for pity's sake, that's not what I call fair play. I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gen inside just gestured at me to clear off, so I had no choice but to climb up the roof. So none of them went inside, so they couldn't even see what's on the other side of the bench, right? Or can they? Shuyo was just looking, that was clear in no regard, and that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Negative. I mean, if someone is hiding inside that bench, could they have seen it? I don't think they could. Alright, let me save before I do it. I think they couldn't. Let me go to the toilet, guys. What is it, Tiger? You wanna come in again? Fine, Tiger. Fine. Come in. Okay, you were riding the omnibus. What? What, Tiger? What is it? What do you want? Hmm? What did you want? I'm playing here. And witness the event in the cabin through the skylight and the floor on the upper deck, right? In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior would have been out of sight for me. Obviously, at this stage we can say for sure, but the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of that there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the...
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecutors demand you substantiate your claims. After all... Yes. They couldn't have seen it from here. I mean, he can see on this side, but this side they cannot see it. Let me save. I'm gonna save just to be sure. I don't want to restart everything. I mean, I'm allowed to have errors, but then I won't have ammunition afterward. But I'm pretty sure on the other side of the thing they're not gonna be able to see it. So I'm gonna click right here.
Take that!
Facing the direction of the travel, whereas the seat in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of cover which passenger of the roof they can see through the skylight. So I've drawn here. Ah, That's right, my lord, as you can see. The seat opposite to the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscure from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that this window would have been completely unwanted. Well, of course.
Objection!
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. And even in her forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. You're sneezing! Stop sneezing on me! You're just spreading germ all over the place, Tiger. Gross. I could give with what we would join the British Court of Law evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, Consul. That is unless you are able to put a name on this mysterious passenger to whom you alluded to. Mysterious passengers. Woo! Damn. Do I have any other names inside here that I'm not seeing? Ayo strong card? With an N like that? Huh! Is he the killer? Can I do it? I cannot do it though. Who is that name? Should I show the dagger? What should I do, Ali? What should I do? Cannot. You will look to the sky and walk on. Make sure all sides gears are gone. Go on! This isn't just a case of going on, Mr. Sato. Alright then, I'll go on. You are a fool. That response was a definite attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitation. Close. Who though? Well, they only have one thing I have is this thing. But where is that even from? W. Who should I? Neo Strong Guard? No. Who was occupying? I don't have anyone though. Yo, who should I pick? I don't even know. I'm confused at this point. Help. Help. Who can I pick? I mean, it cannot be these three because they were up there, so they were outside, they couldn't go inside. So this is the victim. But it's asking me the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was. Are the two old? Are you happy? It's either him or him. I'm doing okay.
Take that!
Has to have been Mr. Magnus McGill.
Objection!
He's mad. Deep fried cheesy mashed potato balls now can cost him worth of stuff? What are you gonna do with all of those? Talk of this tiny London national father, it's actually bigger than the Great Britain, Japan, okay? Having learned a culture of their own, but I see they use the term ill-advisedly. And why are you making so many cheesy mashed potato balls though? Is that for Christmas? Am I allowed to have some? I want some mashed potato cheesy balls. You freeze them and reheat them easily enough. Hey! And you're not sharing over here? Have you not considered, you know, us? You know, looking at through the chat, not having any of their cheesy smashed potato ball? How dare you? Thanks me turn down a student in artless backwater such as yourself, how dare you? When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his installer were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact that its very premise.
Objection!
No, it's not. But that premise may be wrong. If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGill, it creates an inconsistency that can be reconciled in anyone. Was the glove? Yes. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Yeah, we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove better glory. Glory remained. The point is, even in the face of the irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, the testimony will remain in change, right? It was the same across the border you send them. I mean, I'll cross the border all the way to you. Would that be good? I'm gonna come towards you. They remember seeing bloods on both hands of the assailants. In short, their memories of the events are correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. There was somebody else sitting beside the victim that a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim blew out on the passenger's hand, both of them!
Objection!
To Nadia? What? And who was... how am I supposed to know? Obviously, the true culprit! Extraordinary!
Objection!
The defense postulation is just that, nothing more than conjectures. It's proof though. The witness have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes, the top of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them though. Yes, that's right, both gen would most certainly had it. Hatters do tend to notice such a thing. What particular style of the hat did the two-man gentleman sport, Mr. Fur? I'm afraid I don't remember, oh shit. And you call yourself a hatter? The style hat made no difference. There was no third passenger in the hat cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, The accused Mexican would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact he was asleep though, unless that is, you are proposing an even more perspective. He was asleep though. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, unless he's asleep. He said he was asleep or drugged. Well, what do you say, Consul? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what ground? As I suspect he will have already made full statement to the police. If indeed it turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been most deliberately act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord. I should demand for a testimony. Why wouldn't the accused be able to give his testimony, his version of the fact? He needs a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGill has to say. So we are in a time of period when things just happens without the defending allowed to give their version of things happening. Get the men out here, I say. It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony, that's what I'm saying. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say, oh yes, that would be lovely. Like you type. Sneezing a little bit though. I'm sneezing. Said it must be heard. The jury says so. Well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Show the defendant to the stand at once. Maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Let the proceeding to be resumed, Mr. McGill. Have you been listening to the discord of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now two matters on the court which is desire to hear. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus proposed by the defense, and second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? He didn't. He said he was asleep. So he doesn't know. It's not him to hide anything at all. You sneezy? What did you sneeze? Tell me what did you sneeze, Tiger? Did you went into some pot's plant or something? You were sniffing at things you were not supposed to sniff? Eh? Get out. Go back to sleep. Out. Bye-bye. My room is a little bit too cold for me. Maybe he's having temperature, but I don't know. Not tested it. I was not in my age to hide anything at all. Just answer the question, please. Like I said earlier, I was asleep. The truth of the matter is I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what? There was another passenger. Get away after it all happened. You help him get away? Magnus McGill, that convenient excuse can save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am. Lord Van Zeke, I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Is that the Chief of Justice we're talking about? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they had assumed she'd done it. They have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. What? Young heart and young might easily damaged, my lord. What the heck are we talking about? And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know?
Objection!
I never saw her before once, that's a little bit too convenient. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in the car listening to the proceeding. Smokes! Hey! Someone's trying to get away, cop. After them, no use, cuff cuff. I can see anything through all the smoke. What is going on? I cannot see a damn thing. Cover your face. Clear the courtroom. What is going on? Help. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Oh shit. Alright, I'm glad that I did not make any mistakes so far. Alright, part 2, Old Baileys. We'll go to part 3 now. Let's go. I mean, we only have like 30 minutes. What on earth just happened in there? I don't know. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that released smoke. I think the trial will start again before long. Who would have done something like that indeed? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom on time. Who? It's a young girl of around 15. Young girl? Could it be? The other passengers in Mexico was just talking about my thought exactly. So 15 years old stabbed someone? Why? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer the question along with the young girl. And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk for what possible benefit? I know, right? She could have just run away. Now she's in this chamber throwing a smoke grenade just to save his benefactor? 20 pence. Mr. Beppo. So he lied too. If there's a little girl, he must have lied to protect the little girl. So he did in fact took 4 pence each. The figure don't seem to add up again. No, she is taking 4 pence. He is taking 4 pence, including the little girl, unless you know you take. No, that cannot be because the other passenger says 5, so he took her on it. 3? Or did she just went on to the thing free? I don't know how's that work. So this is a young girl we're talking. Nothing, guys. Just watching something. She must have been one who caused the disturbance. Okay. What are we talking about? It didn't vanish on Mr. McGill didn't escape. Why the grenade and all? I mean, Mr. McGill. I mean, maybe the girl is trying to protect Mr. Mr. McGill. I mean, he did say he does not know the girl. I don't know whether I can trust that, but I mean, he was trying to help the girl escape? For some form or some way? And then maybe she felt grateful to him, so he wanted to make, I don't know, a commotion just so that Mr. McGill the here can escape. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which Vale proceeding earlier. Right? It seemed to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade or some sort of typical employed by the army. I mean, smoke grenade, I've seen one, it's... was it normal by a young girl to cloak her escape from public gathering? Okay, well, she was escaping herself, but why is she risking all this to just come here? I mean, Thunderbird is so far behind the stream somehow. Your name, girl. Are you responsible for the smuggling which induces such a pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Answer me, girl! Ahem, if I may, my lord. Nothing special? I mean, it's something special. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lad was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that? It's all tied up with the event of that night, so it is. So what did you not tell me? I'm trying to defend you and you're not even telling me anything at all. What is wrong with these people? I'm explaining to go exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information on anything. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking. Why? The young girl. Who is that young girl? On the night I was hooked by backseat in the omnibus had probably nodded off. Then Begoran, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor. At me feet, and I sat him up on the seat across of me. So he was the one who moved the victim. What reason do you have for that? Then I turned to find out that where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there all curled up in a ball, hiding her weak self away. Why did you sit the victim back up though? This young was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? So why did the driver lie about it too? This exactly as the defense counsel said, was the fifth passenger before. Why did the driver lie first of all if there was a fifth passenger? The other one could not have seen it because they were knocking on the door, the cabin was locked, so they had to climb all the way up on the upper floor, and they were, cursing at the people who were inside, lock up the door, so there's probably, some dead angles that they couldn't see, and that's possible. But the driver, on the other hand, could not have missed it, right? Let's do this cross-examination though. On the night in question, I took the backseat in the omnibus and probably nodded off, so he was sleeping. When you first got into the were there any other passenger already on board? So it must be after. So somehow, the cabin was empty, there was no one on the roof deck either, so he was the first one to go in. And then either the girl or the victim, or they went all inside afterward and locked the door, and then the other two came on the omnibus. They had to go on the roof deck. Okay. And that's why I took the back side as I did. This is the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you meant by the back seat? Oh, you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite to the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbing was sitting. Like I said, this is the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then Zeke is saying absolutely nothing. Then Begora allowed that and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. Allowed that, you say, and a scream? That's right, how can I explain it? That was like the sound of someone falling to the ground and that sort of noise. Okay, so you'd think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed. Well, now you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fella on the floor. But you didn't see anyone, but at the moment you did hear a scream? Presume. Not above me, no my lord, it was from inside a cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream, no, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat. Why though?
Hold it!
You sat him up, the victim you mean? Why? As I said, I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. So you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? I totally would. This common court? No, it's not! I find that a little hard to believe. I also find it a little harder to believe. Ara, Lord Van Zeke, now why would that be? You wait to find him lying dead at your feet in a carriage, and a normal person would hail the cabman. And yet, upstanding member of London society that is. Any common courtesy, I know, right? What the heck is he hiding? Well, now as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest? Unfortunately, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them. Some would even see me dead. So I do try where all possible to avoid getting myself in the tangle with trouble. Yo. Yo. Are you just admitting that your loan shark, your character is shady as heck? Your character, oh really, that's your explanation you're gonna give me? You were just gonna leave the man there? Heavens alive, no, I was always intending to report it, so it was. Only I might to find out why and wherefore first. Okay, oh yeah. I mean, you might not have killed a man, but you certainly are not, clean as the day. Alright, you are. There was some detail I wanted to understand before anyone got meddling. And the wee scream I heard, for example, wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes. At the same time as he heard the thud of the victim collapsing. Then I turned out to find out where that scream had come from, and bless myself, what did I find? And what did you find? The girl. You sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except your fellow and the victim? Why? As far as we see, that is. Oh no, this is a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. I came from, if you experience a vulgar experience, under me backside? So it was inside the seat, so I was right, there was someone inside the seat. Found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. I did though. I mean, I already did that though, right? There was a child in there all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
Hold it!
How? I mean, even if we're gonna examine this, I don't think it's gonna give me anything new. But we already determined that I can open that little thing. Go inside. So here on this seat, right before from up there, you can actually see the bench. So he's heading that way. So that way is the front, and this way is the back side. And I already determined that, you know, I already found that. What happened to all the things inside now? Wait, what happened to all the things? Something doesn't seem right here. What happened to all the other side? All the other things? Blood. Wait, what happened to all the other things? It was stuck before. Someone removed all the things. It was stuck before here. Okay. From under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag. The seat opposite. Just next to the dead gentleman there. Next to a corpse! Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. What? So I need to find out who just this urchin was, you say. Yo, you're way too calm after finding a, you know, dead corpse. What is going on? Mama, and while I was in the middle of talking with her, another scream fell as a voice this time. That scream of Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck. Huh? Okay. Looking down to the sky, they must have seen this young girl and gentleman night, but he has. I mean, they both have a hat, but no, he did not see the hat. The previous one did not in fact see you at all, Mr. Mega. What they believed to be yourself, the victim was in fact the girl in the lake, Mr. Mason. No, I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman as the driver realized something was wrong, pull up the horse. Thank you, I've heard enough. The event is clear in my mind, however, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Who the heck are you, girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade. I thought you didn't know the girl! She's a chancer, earned her crust among large crowds relieving people of their purse. What's coming like a pickpocket? A petty thief? Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? You will answer the question. Are we just gonna shoot the judge with, what, a smoke cannon? How dare you! What is the meaning of this? Just runs away! The girl, she's gone! Open your eyes! I'm over here, Gina Lestrade. How gracious, how? They're just gonna shoot the judge with a smoke grenade? It's a little sidestep, I know what you looking. You lot of thinking grown up are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back into a corner, she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what into your head, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast. Oh, she's gonna shoot me again. Hey, stop shooting that thing. Look, knives are for coward. Only thugs use weapon like that. All I do is these fingers. So why do you need that gun for? That grenade launcher thing, smoke grenade launcher. I'm a professional. Why am I not in the army? But I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke gun among weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was in the back I lifted the other day, down where they keep the 4-wheel drags. Now I like to ping the bed. You have that thing in my direction again? Oh shit. So, you admitted that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. She just did. It's alright, lass, you can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah, just like the Irishman said. The court upset this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. So what do we know? If the girl did not kill him, and the defendant did not kill, who killed him? Was it an accident? You would tell the court exactly what happened in the honorable night in question. Alright, girl. 15 years old girl with a smoke gun. So I snuck inside the carriage before they looked up the horse, just like always. For pickpocket, but it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show me for trouble that night. I tell you, you can see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang, nearly jumped off my skin. I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. It did help me get away, mind. What? Yes, he let you go. I failed to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGill. Simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. Because he was sitting on there. You would have to move him. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Yeah, so she cannot have lifted the thing. This is what was said that night. And the cubby hole of which you have spoken about is underneath this seat, I presume, yes. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone like... What happened to all the things that were inside of? Aye, but of course, the wee lad was stuck in there, because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. So you see, that's why I let it last. I knew that if the police found her there, they automatically assumed she'd done it. And I couldn't live with myself with if a young lad was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question? I mean, he's shady as heck though. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt of my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. What? What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of heinous crime like this. No, it does not work that way either, juror. No, I'm not ashamed of ever doubting you. Yo. Innocent. With calm, calculated reason, and one of our clear the truth every time. Innocent. How's that work? Who killed it to do that? No one. Saint alive. All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? What? Yo. Yo. This system's... is that even a thing? It was me. What? We won! How? With one? Are you sure?
Objection!
Are you gonna do a summation examination? If the sight of my errand healed the Wellington offense, prayer do forgive the discourtesy. Gross. This really is a consummate example of the one and monumental flaw in British judicial practices. What evidence and real should be paramount, emotion rules the day. That's what I'm saying. Latest statement give us a clear insight to his true nature. Oh, I battle over whim. Do you really think Scotland would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the police, the officer of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubby hole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment in the procedure was full of coachman's belongings. That's what I'm saying. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to go over Mr. Gilded's story, someone has alone removed everything from under the seat. What? Yeah, there were all kind of things before though. Who did that? She did it. The deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Yes, I examined it before. It was not empty. When the carriers as soon as evidence, doubtless you examine and find it as where any spell reflective practitioner of law. It is the truth. Yeah. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie though. Now it's asking me, yo, this is like an ethical question. It's asking me to lie. You scoundrel! Who am I defending here? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of the little compartment of the seat in the omnibus? Wasn't empty. I'm not gonna lie. When I first examined the compartment, I'm afraid it said that there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure? I thought you were on my side here. So what game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand, and why would you say something to compromise his position? Because I am a man of honor. I don't lie because the defendant wants me to lie. I don't use all means just to win. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand, but it seems to me that I should state what fact I do know as clearly and as honestly as possible. Interesting. This is not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGill. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here. So it is in your best interest to not lie about it. A fellow's memory curious thing and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the fact that their cubby hole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart. So it is. Yo. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? No, I have not mistaken. smooth running of the carriage, the guild's rules state that the omnibuses should probably be fully equipped at all times, so he certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. That boy isn't that irresponsible. The money-lending fleecer and pig purser are lying. Now we're going to guilty now? Was nearly taken in. The stinking rich I always think you're nothing but coward, a lot of them. What? It's a trick, of course it's a trick. Like... Do I have to undo another summation examination again? Alright. Calmly exhibit the scale of justice. Clearly a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. There is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. But why would you lie about it though? Yes, my lord. What just happened? How did you snuck in? Before you even set off on its run. I mean, what's the point of spending a joy to make a few bob? That's a rum idea, isn't it? Spending money to make money actually makes sense. That does clear up the little mystery of the fare and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 of which the captain say, and one little scapegrace riding for free. Always go for some grub before its last one. See, that's when I slipped into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy. The coat, no? Yeah, there's a brushes and bucket and whatnot in here, sure, but I always chuck all of that out and crap it in the corners. No one ever seemed to bother me much. It was not though. It was like half full. I don't know nothing about it. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could ride under the seat. That's all I can tell you. I think we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue, but it was like shelf on this side, so it's not exactly full.
Hold it!
Most night I'm on my own and got permit at least some of the time. Yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run the carriage and got no one in it for a while. And that's when you found out your hiding place and getaway. Only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start and I didn't budge the whole way. Did it say not 1 inch? I was totally stuck. Present and for the duration you were under the seat the entire time while they had been unfolded in the enclosed cabin. Why is he protecting the little girl? To be sure, I was as sure shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on to find a child now, do you?
Hold it!
Kitchen there. Mostly I pushed the cushion up with me and then look at the crack. Then I have a butcher whose I'm gonna fiddle. Not a butcher. I mean I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one. See? So most of them plan themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this little Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason you were able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feel too much like being thrown in a clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriers, so it's Opson's choice. Opson's. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets if they open it? I'll say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. Try to stick it out under nothing else. Out of the wall, I had this loud bang near to jump me out of the scene. I just screamed just came out. So she screamed from within the thing. Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. Involuntarily. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when this forgot me in order to help the victim, yes? Or not, it could equally have been the moment that the guy stood in order to stab. No, we cannot. They have a thump, then got lighter, not the opposite. What's going on here? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion, while I had a chance, didn't I? The others was sitting up the block, wolf falling on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mrs. McGill's account. Then the fellow suddenly turns around and looked right at me. I sunk back down again and it was too late by then. I should have never risked looking. It's because of that the swell found me. They tell me get away, mine. And when Mr. Gilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff I was, dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke and the knife in his gut, it was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit, and then falling onto me. Both my hand got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. That must be what the rooftop has saw. After that, so that's the truth. I believe you talked with Mr. Milgooder for a while, is that correct? He asked me some stuff, wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from above, someone screamed. Mr. First, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here I messaged to me. Get back under the seat, I'll see that you can get away later. But there were no blood. If she was covered in blood, were there any blood under? I'm still very unsure. We could still just find some conclusive piece of evidence amongst this news testimony. I'm sure we could clinch the verdict we want. Okay? I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, it was bothering me too, but why is that lying?
Hold it!
Oh shit. Crap. I am not sure here. What am I missing? There's something I totally missed. I mean, if she has her hand full of blood, why is there no blood? I don't. What? is so weird though. Can I just present the empty thing? What am I missing here? I'm missing something, but I don't know
Hold
what.
it!
Doesn't seem like there's anything. I don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, I must present a proof or something. My boy sleeping? Tiger? I mean, we already saw Tiger. He was sneezing. I don't know what I'm missing here. But anyway, it's getting a little bit too late, so I'm gonna, you know, just end it here, guys. We're gonna continue next time. On next Wednesday. On next Wednesday. Next Monday, I mean, sorry. On next Wednesday. I mean, all the next Monday, I don't know for sure because it's gonna be Christmas. So, my boss, I think? Maybe. I mean, yeah, next Monday is gonna be Christmas, so I'm not exactly sure whether I will be doing a stream on Monday itself, or I could be doing it on Tuesday instead of Monday. We're gonna see. Definitely this weekend I'm not gonna do it because I'll be working this weekend. 25th will be a little bit hard, but you know, maybe 26 and 27 I'm gonna do like Tuesday, Wednesday, or some shit like that. Alright guys, but at least you know this Wednesday though, on the other hand, we will be continuing on with Star Ocean. That should not be a problem, and then Friday we're gonna do Splatoon as usual. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I'll see you guys back on Wednesday. Do take care until then though guys, bye now.